Should you really send that text? Ever been binge watching a TV series, but the laundry is not cleaning itself? And you're torn between doing what you want to do and what you feel you have to do? How about when you really want to go with the gals and you're also trying to stay within your budget? We've all been there, right? The DBT skills pros and cons can help with that. Hey there, it's Laura Giles with another DBT skill. Please stay and check it out and then hit the like button if you find it helpful, as gratitude and validation are ways to give back and recycle the love. So you all have heard about making a pros cons list, right? Everybody knows about that. It's there to help with wise mind decision making, right? This is a great tool to use when your emotions are high. You've got to make a choice and it just feels a bit overwhelming. It helps by allowing you to see the benefits and costs of doing something versus doing nothing. And it's looking at the short term and long term outcomes, not just the vibe, so that you don't make emotional choices. Mood dependent behavior often leads to regret and poor choices, and pros and cons is a way to get into healthier habits, stay grounded, and build your confidence and trust in yourself. So there's 4 parts. We make a list for the pros of doing the behavior, the cons of doing the behavior, pros of not doing it, and cons of not doing it. And when you hit all 4 parts, you typically have a really clear answer about the wise path forward. I gave an example of, should I really send that text? So let's look at that. So I've been out having a little wine with the gals. I'm a little tipsy. It's midnight and I'm feeling a little nostalgic, or maybe I'm feeling angry. Whatever. I'm emotional, right? And if I were to do the impulsive thing, you can see how that might not be so wise. So let's work that through. So let's look at the pros of sending that text. So probably get that dopamine hit. I could get closure. I could get a positive response. I could also have someone to talk to and feel less alone. But all of those are possibilities. Those are not definite. So we don't have a lot of pros here. How about the cons of sending the text? So I could reopen doors that are best left closed. I could get cursed out. I might discover that he's moved on with someone else. Could get ignored. I might look desperate. It could be received or perceived as a booty call. And unless that's what you want, that's definitely a con. So let's look at the pros of not texting. Well, I would have peace and quiet for sure. It could also be a sign of emotional growth. I would want that. I could feel good about practicing delayed gratification and healthier boundaries. The cons of not texting. So I will still be curious about any unanswered questions. And I guess that's about it. So writing all this down, and I strongly suggest that you write it all down, forces me to slow down, be considerate, and see the things that I might miss if I am solely making an emotional, impulsive decision. I don't know about you, but looking at this quick list that I didn't put a lot of time in or thought into makes me not want to text my ex in the middle of the night. So you use the pros cons list when emotions are high, urges are strong, when you feel impulsive, or you really just don't know what to do. Some examples for when to use this are if something makes you feel guilt, shame, or anger. If I really want to yell at my boss, break up with my partner, stay late for work because my boss is asking me to for the 3rd time, or feeling defensive because my friend is asking me to do something for her that I don't want to do, these are all times when taking a pause to do a pros cons list would be really helpful. I have more of a chance of being fair to myself, non-judgmental, and accepting the answer without ruminating over it for days if I slow down, zoom out, and see the big picture. Now, all this takes time and discipline. It can be annoying to go through all the steps when you just want to act, and it's not a magic wand that makes everything crystal clear and easy. Sometimes that happens, but some situations are more complicated or emotional, but it usually results in more peace and clarity. Remember that it's not about making perfect decisions. You don't want to get bogged down by analysis paralysis. You just want to make wiser, informed choices. And practice leads to improvement. Everyone can do this effectively if you start small and use consistent practice. So let me know how you are using pros and cons and how it's working for you. Thanks for being here. Ciao.